Hey guys, today we're discussing secret commanders. But just before we get into the video for today, if you are enjoying the content that I'm putting out there, please do consider subscribing, turning on that notifications. It really helps us out. But with that being said, let's get right on into the video for today. Alright, don't tell anyone. Shh, this is between you and me and the four walls that we're surrounded by. But we're running a secret commander in our deck. So this is a fun thing that some people do. I don't really know how good it is or how it works very much, where essentially the face commander that you're playing is a kind of decoy. It's just kind of there to give you the right quote unquote colors of what you want to do. And the rest of your deck is kind of built around a secret commander that's somewhere in your deck that you actually have to find somehow at some point during the game by tutoring or by just drawing it naturally or whatnot, whatever, and then actually play your game plan from there once you've got that secret commander out. And then the game plan really revolves around keeping that card around and recurring it by whatever means. So making sure it doesn't get exiled and whatnot, things like that, or detained and things like that, so that you can enact your game plan with this card that's somewhere in your 99. And maybe you get it in your opening hand, but, you could get anything in your opening hand. You could get Soul Ring in your opening hand. If you're so lucky to get it in your opening hand, well, there you go. I guess you've done it. You've got your secret commander in your opening hand. There you go. Can you actually cast it? How much is it? Do you actually have the ramp to get there? Do you actually have any of the payoffs for it? I don't know any of that because, again, this is a theoretical situation. So, I'm just saying, your deck isn't always meant to find the thing on the first, mulligan or whatever, on the first hand, essentially. Because that's what your deck's built around, getting to that commander eventually. So you need a lot of other moving parts to actually get that commander to be a useful card. So when you've got a secret commander, it's one of those things where you really have to sort of play tutors in a sense, because it's well, how consistently am I going to get this out? Because if you're just I'll just jam it in there and I hope to draw it, a lot of times your deck's really not going to do a whole lot because it's really built all around that secret commander that's, again, somewhere in your deck. So you can't have a deck that revolves around a commander that's somewhere in your deck without some way of consistently getting it. So there are some, quote, budget tutors, and there are some tutors that are limited. It depends what colors you're in, again, of course. And it depends what your commander or what card it is, essentially. Because I've also seen people build around non-legendary cards in their 99, which is also, yeah, sure, fine, whatever. This is Commander. You can do kind of what you want if that's fine with the people that you're playing with, for the most part and whatnot. So, again, if you want to build around some janky card that's in your deck that you just so happen to love, sure, go ahead and do it. But again, I see so many times that those people have built this deck around this one card, and then it's well, I don't have it. Well, what's that? I still don't have it. Oh, okay, what's that? It's almost the end of the game. I still don't have it. I have all the other pieces and whatnot that would make it really good, but I have not the thing that I actually have built this deck all around. And that's the problem with secret commanders or these secret cards that you're actually like fully built around is that there's no consistency in getting them if you have that mindset or if you have that deck set. If you have that deck set of, okay, I'm going to tutor for it and I have 50 something whatever tutors to get it. Okay, so what is the rest of your deck? Like, or whatever it is. Like, again, you've got so many tutors for, the card that you want to get. I guess you can use a lot of those other tutors for a lot of the other pieces that you'll need, for the most part. So that's okay. So they won't be completely dead cards. But again, once you have that high of a density of tutors to consistently get the card that you're looking for every single game, you're basically going to get the same 5 or 6 other cards because, again, you're going to have so many other tutors in your deck to get the, few good cards that are in your deck out, that you're only going to have a very few select cards that you actually are running that are actual, quote, payoff cards or cards that you're actually hyped to run. So essentially, you'll be tutoring the same 5 to 6, 7 or 8, maybe 10 cards for the most part every single game. Now, if that's your jam, that's all cool. But if that's not really what you want to be doing and you don't want the games to play out the same way every single time and you be getting the same things and your opponents are like, geez, this is very linear, isn't it? And whatnot. Or it's just like, oh, cool, all I do is tutor for this thing and then I tutor for that thing. And once I have this and then this and then I win. Oh, okay, wasn't that fun? Or either I win or I lose. So, or basically I win or I lose because my deck's all built around this card again that there's one of, and all these other pieces are around it to support it and maybe protect it. Like, again, that's the problem, is like, how much protection do I need? How much of this other stuff do I need for this one card that's in my deck? And then how many tutors am I running? And then, oh my god, I've only got 2 lands or something. Like, and how much ramp have I got? Oh my god. Again, like finding those balances and tweaking those numbers is really difficult when you've got so many tutors and such just to hit that one card. And again, if you have a few really good generic ones or whatnot, again, to hit that thing, then it's like, well, you can get those other parts, but again, it's like, well, once I've got those other parts, the deck is pretty linear from that point. It's like, okay, did I get a tutor? Or did I get the card that I need? Okay, no, well, better tutor to get the tutor that tutors for the tutor and things like that. So it's just one of those things that it wouldn't be very fun to me. I just wouldn't build a deck like that because I'm just like, well, I'm not going to have it. I'm never going to have it. And that. And if I do have it, then I've gone through so much work, and then what happens? It dies. Oh, okay. Now the thing that I've built my entire deck is in my graveyard. How many ways do I have to get it back? Not very many, probably, or whatnot. So that becomes the problem. It's like, just, again, it's a lot like Companion, in my opinion. It's just too much effort to build your deck around, kind of, just in my opinion. I get if you guys think that that's janky and cool or whatever and you want to do it, hey, cool, go ahead and do it. But again, just for me, I just wouldn't do it. But that's my way of, like, I want to play around the commander, and the commander's in the command zone, and if it ever dies, well, it can just go straight back to the command zone. So that's fine. And I can recast it, might cost 2 more mana, but hey, that's fine. And then from there, hey, you know what? The rest of my deck is built around that commander, so that commander is still going to be, fairly good and fairly relevant throughout the rest of the game, and I'm still going to maybe be able to get value off of it. It does depend, and it does depend how many times it's died and all that sort of stuff, but yeah, like at a certain point, I'll probably get it back 1 or 2 more times, and things like that. So yeah, like I don't know, just it's not my style to play that way, and it probably never will be because again, I'm not one for tutoring, and the only way that you'd have any consistency of doing anything like this to me would be to be tutoring for the cards that you need. So again, I just wouldn't play it because it would be too inconsistent for me. Because my deck would probably never really do the thing that I want it to do. But again, if that's something that you guys want to try, or if it's something that you have tried, hey, you know what? Tell me your experiences. Was it very much like that? Was it like, oh, okay, cool, I've got to run all of these tutors just to find the one thing? Or if I'm not running these tutors, well, I just hope to have to luck into it or whatever. And if I don't luck into it, my deck's not really doing the thing that I kind of have set it out to do. So then I'm kind of not really doing a whole lot of stuff. Like, again, maybe you're playing in that extremely more casual sort of space where it's just like, yes, turn 23 or 25, and still no one's really won the game or done very much of anything. So, yeah, but like, to me, those sorts of games drag out way too long and whatnot. So I don't like that personally, but I know it does happen, and it has happened to me a few times here and there. But again, that's just my way of playing, and we all like different things. Like, again, I know people that just love tutoring and they're all about tutoring, and they're just like, how could you run a deck and not have like 30 or 40 something tutors or whatnot and things like that. And I'm just like, I don't know what to tutor for 9 times out of 10. I'll just go, I don't know. So I'm just not going to. That, or I'm just going to be like, okay, cool. The only way I'm getting any kind of card advantage is by tutoring or whatnot or whatever, by this card, because I need to sack this thing because when it dies, it draws me cards or whatever. So what I'm going to do for the tutor is I'm just going to reveal cards from the top of my deck until I reveal, a card of the specifics of whatever the card says or whatever, or just reveal a card from the top of my deck. Or just like look at the top card of my deck and go, oh, okay, cool, is that what I want? No. Or whatever, until I find a card that's like, oh yeah, all right, that'll do, whatever, and then put it to my hand. Like, that's my way of tutoring, is just like, yep, sure, that'll do, or whatever, off the top, and then the rest to the bottom or whatever, because I don't want to care enough about it. It's just one of those things. So that's my style and whatnot, and that's just my personal preferences and whatnot. As I say, but again, I do think it sounds kind of fun and kind of interesting in a sense, to build around a card that's in your deck, but I just think it's such a big challenge to try to do that I'm just not one to be game to be able to do it, because I would rather build around cards that, again, I'm guaranteed to kind of have for the most part, and the rest of the deck just kind of works around those things, doing the things that they're doing, and they'll give me extra benefits for what I'm trying to do or what I'm trying to build around. So that's my kind of way of looking at building decks, essentially. But yeah, you guys can tell me the way you guys look at building decks and write your thoughts down there in the comments. Do you like the idea of secret commanders or secret cards that you're, built around that are somewhere in your 99 and not in your command zone? I think it's one of those things that some people do because they're actual, like maybe they're built around Turgid or something like this, and they're like, I'm playing this random mono-colored black commander or whatever that doesn't really do a whole lot, but secretly I'm built around Turgid. And the whole deck is to tutor for Turgid, get Turgid out, then make everyone discard, make everyone sad, then basically just win, because you basically just win as soon as you get Turgid and have wheeled anyone or made anyone discard or made anyone sack or whatever. So yeah, but I know that there are decks that are just like that as well. But you can tell me what your decks are like, if you've built one like that, or if you've built another sort of deck or something else. I love to talk about EDH and decks and building and all of this stuff with all of you guys. So, yeah, I'll definitely respond to any and all comments down there in the comments. But if I don't see you down there in those comments, I'll see you in the next one.